Okay, so Burns versus Brady just wrapped up, and I'm making this immediately after because the card was so damn good. I got to talk about it. It was so good, man. The prelims had one boring fight, and that's it. Every other one was insane, a war or a finish. And then the main card followed up. I mean, honestly, the prelims were better than the main card in my opinion, but the whole fight card was so good. And yeah, I did pretty decent with the predictions, which is good because I did a lot of research for this card, guys. I swear. I ended up going 9-3. If you count Snell getting beaten by Cody Durden, because I didn't have that news when I made the prediction video, but I would have picked Cody Durden. All right, so 9-3 if you count that, 8-3 if you don't. So pretty good. But we started the night off with Zigimantas Ramaskas getting subbed by Nathan Fletcher in the second round. Unfortunately, not a good way to start the night. Wrong pick. Yeah, man, I just did not think, or I guess realize that Nathan Fletcher's grappling was that good. While watching it, I had Zigimantas winning the first round. I was probably biased, but he had this nasty submission attempt that I swear Fletcher was going to tap to. He was breaking his neck, it looked like. I don't even know what it was called. I don't care either, but he was he had his arm and he had his head and his legs and he was just like bending his neck. It was bad, but somehow Fletcher toughed it out. Tough kid actually. And he slipped out of it. And Fletcher actually ended up outstriking Zigimantas throughout like the whole fight, which was weird because I picked him to win through striking because he had the height and reach advantage and he just looked more dangerous. But yeah, Nathan Fletcher into the UFC now. Yeah, he looks pretty good. I don't think he'll go that far from that performance, but you never know. Next we had Andrei Petrosky beat Dylan Budka by unanimous decision. Yeah, this was the bad fight, guys. This was the only real bad fight of the card. But Andrei, he won pretty dominantly at least, because it would not have been a good look being competitive with Dylan Budka. But yeah, Dylan Budka got exposed for not being a good grappler, like I said. They said on the broadcast that he was on his way to Olympic level wrestling, and then he chose to go down MMA. Bro, stop. He's not even a good wrestler. So, yeah, he's not a good striker either. Andrei outstriked him. He outdamaged him most of the fight. I think in the first or second, Dylan landed a few decent strikes, but he really couldn't. He spent most of the fight on his back. And yeah, completely exposed his grappling. All Dylan did was hold on and just hold his arms down and hug him basically on his back. So Andrei couldn't do anything. Andrei said in the post-fight interview that he was disappointed in his performance and he didn't really have much success. And yeah, he couldn't really get full guard, go for any chokes, or land any crazy ground and pound because Dylan would just hold him. So you kind of got to blame both of these guys for the fight sucking. It was very terrible to watch, but only one bad fight on the card, not bad. And I was so scared that Dylan was going to chin Andrei like he's been chinned before, because Dylan, he looks big and like heavy. This fucker missed weight, the fat ass. And yeah, his kicks kind of looked dangerous, but he didn't land anything. And he was pretty low output. And he missed weight, so fuck him. Then we had Jacqueline Amorum get the armbar submission victory. She made it look pretty easy. Yeah, Vanessa tapped after a pretty nasty armbar was in, and she didn't really have a choice, but she was crying while the armbar submission was happening. She was crying that her glove was getting held. And instead of defending the armbar more, putting all her focus into that, she continued to scream and cry for the ref to get her out of this position and save her instead of just accepting that. Dude, like, maybe she was holding the glove. I didn't really see it too well, but get over it. Like, honestly, I know it's a rule, but she was okay. She was probably grabbing your hand. Like, she can't grab your like forearm hand. She can. So yeah, that was just really stupid by her. Made her look dumb, in my opinion. And then she cried afterwards to the camera. She cheated. I can't win if she cheats. It's like, okay, I mean, you lost. And then yeah, Jacqueline looked pretty good. It just looked pretty easy for her. I think she got clipped with a really bad knee as she came in with the first takedown, the very beginning of the fight. But other than that, she didn't really get touched. Pretty good potential in her, probably. Then we had Gabriel Santos absolutely dominate Zaha. for 3 rounds straight, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to act like this was closer than it was. No. Gabriel Santos basically won all 3 rounds easily. He basically just outclassed him everywhere in the grappling and the striking, but I'm a bit disappointed because he should have got the finish in the first round, and he ended up going to decision, unfortunately. Like, bro, you should have got the finish. He landed the most nasty, most devastating front kick to the chin ever, like Anderson Silva style, and it dropped him. He laid there looking up at him for like a good second and a half, and then Gabriel just a terrible ground and pound attempt. He was like taking his time and he folded. But it's okay. That's not all that matters. If anything, it was the smart move because this guy's gas tank is what worried me about this fight. That was the only thing. And he was smart. He didn't go buck wild crazy and just run out of gas in the first. Because Yizaha has a really good chin. I'll give him that. His chin is wild. But he would get hit and he would get outstruck in an exchange. And then Gabriel would get out of there so he doesn't get hit after piecing him the fuck up. And then Yizaha would, like, put his arms up and yell at him, like, come on, bring it on. Like, you're not getting beat the fuck up. I don't know what that was. But, yeah, Yizaha was very tough to recover from that. He has a very good chin. And I'm excited to see his future in the UFC, too. But Gabriel Santos, I told you, I'm high on him. And I was right. All right, his first win in the UFC. He's going places now, right? Yeah, he just landed the better strikes the whole fight. I think he got every single takedown he attempted almost, and Yizaha didn't get a single takedown he attempted, and he attempted multiple. So, yeah, he just dominated in the grappling and the striking. Very impressive performance, and I'm very excited to see his next fight. Then we had Andre Lima get the decision win over Felipe Dos Santos. Jesus, this guy cannot get a finish in the UFC. Like, it's really unfortunate, but he still won all 3 rounds, in my opinion. So, maybe not the first, but he won pretty dominantly. Very impressive performance. And I only really say that he may have lost the first because Felipe landed this crazy spinning elbow that dropped Lima. I think it was, like, right at the end of the round, though. And he had I don't know if it was a knee or another spilling elbow, but he did hurt Lima in the first round. But after that, he gassed, in my opinion. He put it all into that first round and couldn't get the finish. Because Andre Lima is tough as fuck. Yeah, he's very nasty when he fights, it seems. Like, he's really trying to hurt you, and his checks are so good. But I don't know why he did this. I think it was the second round. He, like, asked the ref to stop the fight, and he did. And he was asking him to stop it so he could, like, blow his nose or wipe his nose or wipe his eye. I don't know what he was talking about. No English. But he was trying to wipe his, like, nose or eye on the ref's shirt to instantly just get it going again. And, yeah, that shit did. That you can't do that. You can't do that, man. What the fuck? Like, the ref is dumb for even stopping it. The ref should only... You should never stop the fight because the fighter asked you to. Like, that's very dangerous. In my opinion... Like, other circumstances, that happens and the fight's off, you know? So, you can't do that shit. And, yeah, other than the first round where he was getting thrown around a little bit in some exchanges, which I don't know how. Felipe is so skinny, but, yeah, Andre Lima, he dominated the next 2 rounds completely because I think Felipe gassed. I really do. I think he just completely gassed. He did not look the same level of output at all compared to that first round. And, yeah, probably not the best look to be gassing after 1 round in the UFC. But he's young. He's like 23 or 24, I think. So give him time to grow into his body, actually mature into a real, like, get a little bigger maybe, you know, put on some muscle. Because I'm sure he don't have a hard time making 125. This dude is small, and he's not that tall either. But, yeah, and in summary, another pick right. Andre Lima is just really tough. Like, he scraps in there, and his leg checks are really nasty, and it seems like they hurt people. Like, yeah, they take more damage kicking than he takes receiving it. It's crazy. But, yeah, moving on. Then we had Isaac Bulgarian absolutely fucking mollywop Brendan Marote. It was bad, guys. Like, he fucked him up. All right, it wasn't that brutal, but because it was grappling, like, fucking up with grappling instead of pummeling him, but... Yeah, man, as soon as the fight started, he just ran at him and got the takedown at will, easily. just threw him down, got top control that whole entire round, was going for submissions, scrambling, was punching him. He was just doing everything, and he didn't even come close to gassing towards the end of the fight, so really impressive pace. And yeah, somehow Morote was able to survive till the second, and then the same exact thing happened. Like, literally the only thing Morote was able to get off in this fight was elbows from off his back, which did cut Isaac up pretty bad, and at least he did something, you know? But, yeah, Isaac worked his way up the neck, got the choke in the second round. Easy. Yeah, get this guy some better competition. This was a crazy mismatch. This one had me hyped, guys. Chris Padilla stopped Zahu wrong by doctor stoppage, and I do think it was the right call to stop the fight because the thing on his eye was pretty bad. Chris Padilla landed the perfect counter elbow, just literally stabbing him in the eye with the pointy end of his elbow. Like, Zahu literally thought it was an eye poke. He started protesting after it landed and pointing at him, pointing at the ref to stop it. Like, no, bro, you just got unlucky. Sorry, like, it wasn't an eye poke. You just looked kind of dumb doing that. He should have known. Like, I guess if someone hits your eye, no matter what, you're going to try to get it stopped because you're hurt and you can't see, but it was an elbow. It was completely clean. Like, Chris was, like, touching his elbow and showing it. Like, it was my elbow, bro. He was trying to tell him, but no English, so he couldn't get across to him. And I'm pretty sure Zahu was convinced, like, for a while that it was an eye poke. He didn't believe that it was an elbow, so that was weird. Now, this was a huge underdog pick, all right? And I picked him, so you guys got to give me credit for this one. This was a good pick. Yeah, Chris Padilla was stabbing him with that jab, landing it at will, sticking it out there. I don't know if his range is good. Like, sometimes these shorter guys have really good reach, but they didn't look that long. But he was using his arms like they were longer than they were. It was really impressive to watch. And yeah, both guys were landing really good leg kicks. So who looked good? I didn't even talk about him yet. He looked good, but I just thought Chris looked better. The eye test, brother. Yeah, Chris just landed the better leg kicks. They both were hurting each other with the leg kicks back and forth. It was really entertaining to watch, but Chris just slightly outclassed him everywhere, I'd say. They didn't really grapple at all. Yeah, not at all that I remember. But Chris Padilla was really cool in the mic. I hadn't even heard him talk before, to be honest. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. I fuck with him. Then we had the main card, starting with Trevor Peak, sadly losing. So sad, man. That's my boy. My retarded ass boy. But, yeah, the Red Fox. I don't even know how to say his real name right now. I don't care. I'm sad. He beat his ass really badly. Yeah, man, Trevor fucked up my parlay, too. Come on, Trev. But to be honest, I didn't really pick this pick seriously, guys. I really didn't. I was very biased in picking Trevor, so I'll try to not be biased in my picks from now on. Because I was biased with Gilbert, too. So literally my only bad picks were the ones I was biased in. Yeah, it's sad, man. You just want your favorite fighters to win so bad. It sucks. But yeah, Trevor Peak, what's new? He came forward like a retard, literally running into Yanal. Just running into him, giving him free takedowns. There was nothing we could really do to help him there. He's still a retard. Like, I don't know if I can say that. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't care. Yeah, his autistic striking was really fun to watch, though. And yeah, Trevor kind of got exposed on how you can beat him now. Unfortunately, probably already did in the past. But yeah, literally he just runs into you, gives you free takedowns. So just time the takedowns and you will win. Fuck, man, this one hurt for some reason. Matt Snell got submitted by Cody Durden on 4 days notice by Ninja Choke. Now, I didn't predict this one because I was predicting Joshua Van. Did that even really get confirmed? Maybe for like an hour. I guess it was the hour I made that video. Oh well. But yeah, Cody Durden looked pretty good. But the sad part is, like, he didn't look better than Matt Snell. Matt Snell literally looked way better than him the whole fight. Matt Snell looks so good, bro. And he is good. I said this in the prediction video. He is good. It's so sad. He just has a terrible chin. Like, and you can't fix that. You can't train chin. You just can't. It's genetic. It's sad. What am I even saying, though? Like, he didn't even get chinned. He got subbed. Like, He looked good too, but then he shoots this stupid ass takedown from a mile away, and Cody jumps right on his neck, tightens it up, and then Snell tried rolling and scrambling out of it, but he literally, his neck did not move position. It was locked in so tight, and he had no choice but to double tap. That bro was spamming both hands. It was bad. But what really made it sad is Matt Schnell retired, put his gloves down, and walked out of the fucking octagon without an interview. Like, that is so fucked. He's been in the UFC for so long, and he's put on a really good amount of entertaining performances. Even though he's been knocked out in a lot of those, bro, he's still a good fighter. Like, you give these random bitches who are retiring like a 10-minute movie at the end of their retirement. Fuck you. You should have let him say a couple words. Give him literally 3 minutes to just thank the fans for supporting him and just say goodbye. Now he's gonna do that on social media. It's gonna be weird. It's just I don't like that. It's weird. And I don't even know if he retired just because that was his decision, or if he was told if you lose you're cut, or if it was the last one in his contract. And I mean, you're obviously not getting re-signed. He's on a KO streak of losses. So I don't know, but he's done. He retired. Unfortunate. I don't know how old he is, but yeah, he's good. He looks so fast. But shout out to Matt Schnell, man. The chinniest fighter to ever be a GOAT. Then we had Steve Garcia smash Kyle Nelson pretty brutally. It was pretty brutal. Dude, Steve Garcia is just so dangerous. Every strike he throws is dangerous. You got to watch out for this guy. And he's just so fun. He's not ranked yet. Honestly, he could take Barboza's spot now, I think. Or he could just fight Barboza for it. Unless Barboza's done, I don't know. If he is, get him out of there and get this guy at rank 15. Now, I was a bit nervous because literally 10 seconds into the fight, I don't know if Nelson landed a slight punch that made him go down for a second, or he slipped completely, or it was a bit of both. But he slipped, and Nelson got his back for like a minute or two. Like, not a good start to a fight. But if anything, it makes it more impressive that he came back and won. Kyle Nelson looked pretty good, pretty big and powerful, but he missed weight, so kind of fuck you. Stop missing weight, fighters. It's like your one job. You got two jobs. Make weight and fight, okay? You got to be complete in both of them. But yeah, he was able to scramble out of the back take, and after a crazy scramble, like a minute-long scramble of ground and pound and arm bars, just crazy, Steve Garcia was able to land this crazy, vicious elbow that just rocked the fuck out of Nelson. And he went down, started covering up, and the ref saw it. He was hurt. It didn't take much longer. A couple more hammer fists, and the fight was stopped. That's a 5th KO win in a row. You got to give this guy a step up or something. Like, give him a big name or a big step up in competition. Something. He deserves something. Like, give him, I don't know, give him Barboza or give him the loser of Ige Murphy. That'll work. Then we had the co-main event where Natalia Silva beat Jessica Andrade by decision, and it was a fucking war, to be honest. Both girls were hurting each other back and forth. Really high output, but Silva was just able to outclass her with those long-ass limbs. She was able to use those dangerous long-ass legs to kick the fuck out of Andrade and just keep her at range. It was really impressive. Jessica Andrade is a legend, so respect to her, but you're too old now, unfortunately. I don't even know how old she is, but she's been here a while, so I assume she's a crafty old vet in the age range. Silva remains undefeated in the UFC, so watch out for her, I guess. Then we had the main event. This honestly it wasn't the best fight of the night. That's all I'll say. It was good, but definitely boring at times. Decently low output at times, I'd say. Holding up against the cage a lot. But I'd say the 5th round was really entertaining. It was really back and forth, and unfortunately Burns lost. And I like Brady. I really do like Brady. Especially after this, I like him even more. He's from Philly, so that's cool. But, yeah, what do I even say? Brady just outpaced him, outboxed him, outgrappled him. And, yeah, Burns did not look the same. The fight was sadly plagued by a lot of nut shots. I think Burns landed 2 and Brady landed 1, so ended up being like 3 whole minutes of just rest, which kind of sucked. But yeah, man, I'm really sad about this one. Again, I was very biased in this pick, but I'm still standing by the pick, obviously. Burns could have won. Like, he was throwing and landing, too. He was throwing bombs. He definitely still has his power, for sure. It's the last thing you lose, I guess, when you age as a fighter. But, yeah, man, his speed is gone. He looked so, like, when he really whiffs a shot, he's fast. But just his, like, grappling exchanges and his head movement and feet movement, he's slow, man. He's old. He's 38. I don't think he should retire. He could fight a few more times maybe, but yeah, his title aspirations, they're done. We've been known that. Brady looked really impressive though. High output. He didn't even gas at all, really. He could have kept going, it looked like. Which also makes me think he could have maybe did a little more to maybe get the finish. But Burns is a hard guy to finish, so not really. Kind of has a shit chin, but we know Brady ain't Mr. High Will, losing to Bilal. And that's really why I picked Burns. I thought he would just be able to outwill. He's like he was under a lot of pressure to win this, and I guess it got to him or something because he was very plotty, very unconfident in himself, and in there it looked like he was just very unsure of everything. He didn't really go with the grappling and try to like win the round by decision, like 5-round decision by grappling. Fuck, like he tried to do to Madalena a little bit. But yeah, man, just really unfortunate to see a fan favorite like that be at the end of his career. And yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Really good fucking fight night card. One of the best of the year. It might be. It was really good. I think I said that about the Kiao Cannoneer, low-key. No, this one I think was better. It was so good. Thank God we're getting some good fight nights towards the end of the year. And we still got insane pay-per-views. We got the Sphere next week. Let's go, boys. See you guys in the next one.